Question 4 says, the descriptions comparing the eagle's beak to a scythe and its eye to the arrow of a crossbow seem most intended to emphasize that the bird, and then if we go to the reading and we go to the 6th paragraph, we can find those exact words in that paragraph as it says, his head is a narrow pinched, tightly feathered. His eyes are silver gold, astringent, and stare forward along the curved scythe of his beak. So in this case, a scythe is a tool that is very pointy and sharp. So he's trying to emphasize or give you an idea of what his beak looks like. And this tool could be potentially very dangerous. You can kill somebody with it. So he's just trying to show how the bird could be a hunter in this case. And then if we continue, burned into each eye is a constricted black pupil, like the tightly strung arrow of a crossbow, aimed straight toward me. So once again, he's talking about an arrow aimed at him. So saying how the bird is capable of hunting him. So if we look at our answers, our options, A represents a once endangered species. So obviously from these words, we don't really get a sense that he's trying to talk about the eagle being a once endangered species, so we could cross that one out. B, intends to harm the narrator. So he is using these words that could alert to maybe believing that the eagle is going to hurt him, but we know that the eagle is not going to hurt him because we know how they are at a distance from each other. So putting these words into context from what we have read previously in the passage, the eagle does not seem like it's going to hurt the narrator. It is simply staring at him, and the narrator is just describing this eagle and trying to use these words to describe how the eagle is a potentially good hunter. So we can discard B because we know that the eagle is not trying to harm the narrator. It's simply staring at him. C has a need for self-defense. Once again, this is the narrator's way of describing the eagle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the eagle uses these things to self-defense, as a self-defense, because constricted like black pupil, like the tightly strung arrow of a crossbow, he would not use literally his pupils to hunt in this sense. So we can see that these are metaphors to show the powerful being that the eagle is as a hunter. So we could also discard C. Finally, D is a powerful hunter. That is what the narrator is trying to get across by using these very specific words. So our best option would be D.